Andrew McCART, IFL TV, proudly sponsored by Everlast. I'm here with the new IBO Intercontinental Cruiserweight Champion, David Jamieson. David, how's that sound?
It's got a nice ring to it, hasn't it, Andy? Aye, no, definitely. Over the moon.
Well, you seem over the moon there. You've just, obviously, your beautiful wife's there, and your pal Stephen, and your coach. I mean, it's normally when you come back after this, the change room's buzzing, but you've just got everyone that you need here. Everyone that means to you is here right now. Everybody
that was there, that was a quote for the video last week, everybody that was there long before the TV camera started rolling is here, and that's it. Keep the circle small. That's all I need in my life to get us through and get us to the top. So, no, everybody that matters.
I'm here.
Yeah, well, listen, look, you're part of the team Jamieson now, yeah, no, we can deal with that.
There you go, I'll take it. Listen, wow, tough 10 rounds against an opponent who hadn't been stopped, and I think we can see why. You shed the ring, Mum, you've done 12 rounds. Yep. How tough was he?
No, very tough. A good learning fight for me there to get the 10 rounds under my belt, because it's testament to the fact that you can't get them all out of there. I punch very hard and people see that. I always bang on about it, I can crack a bit, and I just couldn't get him out of there. Very, very tough lad. So it was listen to Jerry, back to the boxing and just coast some rounds, get the rounds under your belt. You don't need to make such a hard work of it. Just box and win rounds.
And that's what you did. I mean, I was watching the fight there, and he was turtling up, but the body shots were landing, but he didn't seem to be budging. And like I said, it was hard to find an opening. There wasn't any where you could feint and he would throw a jab and then you can slip it and throw your right hand. There was no openings there. Was that frustrating?
Yeah, it was very tight, but as I say, as you're starting to go up the levels now, this is the fights that you need. I need to be composing myself in there and finding the angles, making the wee changes with my feet, creating the angles, making the openings, and that's where they are. That's what I need to be doing. So you need these fights. You can't just stand there and wham bam, thank you ma'am, everybody. That doesn't work with these more seasoned guys.
IBO Intercontinental Champion, the belt is lovely. We said that, it's a lovely, lovely looking belt, but it's not the world title.
No.
You gunning for it?
Yeah, absolutely. That's a question that you're always asked in boxing, you know, like the ceiling on your career, you hear me say about that. You can't put a ceiling on your career when you've picked up a strap like this. Jack Massey's signed with Fight Academy as well. He's just picked up the World IBO. So who knows what could happen down the line. We're back out in April at Braehead up the road in Glasgow. Get out again, and then who knows what could happen down the backstretch of the year.
Well, looks like I've got a wee trip to Braehead in April then. There you go. Yeah,
exclusive.
There's an exclusive. Exclusive IFL TV. Jack Massey then, you said that you're both with the same sort of promotional company right now. You mentioned it there. IBO Intercontinental, you're both cruiserweights, you're both from the same sort of, Scotland and England rivalry. It makes sense. Whether it's April, whether it's May, June, July, it makes sense this year, doesn't it?
Yep, that's boxing. If it makes money, it makes sense, and it makes sense for Dennis Hobson and Sam. We're both all signed to Fight Academy, so it's an easy fight to make. Jack's a puncher, nice jealous styles. So whether it be down there or up my way, he sells a ticket, I sell a ticket. It's a good fight for everybody. Everybody's a winner. I
said to you, like, the IBO maybe it doesn't get the reputation that the other four governing bodies does, but it's still a world title, and it's still a bargaining tool. It's still one of them. If you do beat Jack Massey and you do have the IBO world title, it's still a bargaining tool for you to wave in front of the other top cruiserweights or Coleys and all these guys and say, listen, you want a piece of me because I've got a belt?
It's leverage. That's exactly what that is. It's leverage. As you say, it's a bargaining tool. It's when it comes to the business side of boxing, not a lot of people at home will know that. They think it's just two guys getting in there and trying to punch lumps at each other. It's a business first and foremost, not a sport. So it's what are you bringing to the table? What can you generate? Blah, 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 money, revenue, all that sort of stuff. So this gives me a good bit more leverage.
And that's exactly what it is. A lot of people say it, you hear it quite a lot in boxing, that it's a business first, then it's a sport. Yep. But Scottish boxing right now, I mean, people know that I'm obviously Scottish and I'm a proud Scotsman, and when I get the opportunity to help promote Scottish fighters and help share their story and get them on IFL TV, I do it, and I do it with almost a biased sort of, I'm unbiased, there's no two ways about it. But for you, when you look at Scottish boxing with yourself and Josh Taylor and the guys on this card, and Kieran Smith coming back and Michael McCART coming back, you've got Nathaniel Collins with a great win, Commonwealth champion. I mean, right now it's looking good. Scottish boxing's looking good.
Probably as good as it's ever been at lower levels in the pros, with boys coming up, different prospects. Like you say, like I mentioned those names. Michael McCART, great to see him back here tonight. Nathaniel Collins, and let's be honest, I mean, the sky's the limit for Nathaniel. So even to be mentioned in the same breath of these guys that when I came through in the amateurs, I really looked up to, as a, you know, it's a privilege really. But no, listen, look, sky's the limit.
I mean, Josh Taylor's obviously the pinnacle of the sport right now, undisputed. He's got 4 of them world belts, the Ring Magazine belt, big shoulders. Maybe, tell you what, he's probably got bigger shoulders than you. That's saying something. Yeah, so he's got a tough fight next week. Being that we are a week away from his fight, it'll be rude for me not to talk about it. What's your thoughts on that fight?
That's a tasty one. It's just nice to have big time boxing back in Glasgow. We all remember the nights at the SCCC with Ricky Burns taking the roof off the place. So big time boxing back in Glasgow, that's what we're looking for. As you say, he's leading the pack for guys like myself and Nathaniel and Kieran and Michael. But big time boxing back in Glasgow, thousands of people, brilliant.
When can we see you headlining the Hydro? Is that a dream? Is that an ambition of yours?
Total dream, but if you told me 3-4 years ago when I turned professional I'd be sitting here with an IBO title on my shoulder, I'd have laughed. So it's a funny old business, boxing, but it's testament to if you apply yourself, you make the right decisions, you stay in the gym. I mean, you never know what can happen.
One for the man cave. We spoke about it. The man you've got yourself a man cave. Where's that going to go? Pride and place on. You're going to build a shelf for it, a special cabinet for it. Where's it going to go?
I think I'm just going to wear it around my head for a week. But no, definitely, we're going to get a wee shelf up in the man cave. It's a nice piece of silverware. I'm absolutely buzzing to pick up this.
Have you got a message for Jack Massey since he is the world champion, the IBO world champion? You got a message for him?
Just respect, keep doing what you're doing, Jack. I've got a couple of fights to get under my belt and then hopefully we'll meet down the line.
Well said. David, go and enjoy whatever you're drinking. If it's Coke, water, Guinness, you crack on.
Brilliant.
Thank you very much, mate. Thank you.